Reavers, welcome to episode 16 of the Mighty Marvel Mayhem Show. I'm your host, Kevyn Knox. And as always, if you like what you see, click on the thumbs up. And if you're new here, click on subscribe. Okay, let's get going. A few months ago, I decided to take on my quest to read, or reread as the case may be, the entirety of the Marvel Universe. And with that, I started this show. And the whole kit and caboodle started with Fantastic Four #1, which came out in 1961. Well, the Fantastic Four ushered in the Marvel Age of Comics, and here we are at episode 16. And we're going to look at more of the Fantastic Four. We've already looked at issues 1 through 18, so now today we're going to look at 19 through 24. So, of course, we're going to start at 19. Where else? Okay, here's the story with 19. Reed Richards, through some weird reasoning, figured out that the ancient Egyptians had a cure for blindness. He figured out reading hieroglyphs. I don't know. We're just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And his idea is to travel back in time, get the cure for blindness, come back to the future, and cure Alyssa Masters, Ben Grimm's girlfriend, of blindness. And I would assume the entire world. I mean, let's not be selfish. But they need a time machine. Well, guess what? Dr. Doom is MIA somewhere, and his abandoned castle has an abandoned time machine in it. So, of course, they go there, steal the time machine, and go back to ancient Egypt. And that's where the Fantastic Four run into Rama Tut. Rama Tut is an evil pharaoh who immediately imprisons the Fantastic Four, making them do all this menial labor. They even have poor Sue Storm cooking potatoes. Of course. Your hair's never looked better, Sue. But Rama Tut isn't who you think he is. He's not just any old pharaoh. He's actually from thousands of years in the future. He's a time traveler who came back and took the identity of Rama Tut. Now, the Fantastic Four, of course, beat him because they're the Fantastic Four and Rama Tut's the bad guy. Now, Rama Tut makes his escape back to his own future, and the Fantastic Four make their escape back to their own future via Dr. Doom's stolen time machine. But unfortunately, apparently you can't bring anything back from the past. So the cure stayed there. Now, I don't know why they just didn't take Alyssa back, cure her, and then bring her back. But, you know, Reed's the big brain, not me. I don't know. But anywho, the big takeaway from this issue is Rama Tut. Rama Tut will return under different guises. He will become one of the most powerful, one of the most dangerous villains in Marvel history. And he might even be a good guy every once in a while. I'm not going to tell you who he is, but, you know, you'll know him when he returns. He's that guy. Okay, on to issue number 20. In issue number 20, we get to meet another new villain. This time, it's the Molecule Man. He's mild-mannered Owen Reese. Well, they don't actually say his name in this. In fact, Jack and Stan take extra effort to almost say his name, but then never do. I don't know why they're doing that, but his name's Owen Reese. Don't let anyone know yet. We're not supposed to know that yet. But he's the Molecule Man, and his new power is that he can affect the molecules of any inanimate object in the world, which makes him one of the most powerful beings in the world. How's the Fantastic Four going to beat him? Well, Jack and Stan kind of take a cop-out here. Yeah, they bring in the Watcher. Now, if you don't know who the Watchers are an ancient race of beings whose sole purpose is to just watch over everything in the universe, chronicle the universe, but never interfere. Well, Uatu the Watcher, who's been stationed to Earth, is probably the worst Watcher ever in the history of Watchers. He always interferes. He's already interfered with the Fantastic Four, helping them when they were fighting the Red Ghost and the Super Apes on the moon. And now he's interfering again, this time throwing Molecule Man into another dimension. Convenient little cop-out for such a powerful villain, but hey, what can I say? That brings us to issue number 21, and issue number 21 is a very interesting issue. It has the Hate Monger. Now, the Hate Monger has the purple robes and purple hoods, sort of like Nazis meet the KKK, and he has a ray gun that when he shoots at people, they hate everyone. They hate immigrants and people of color and all this stuff, and he's spreading hate. And he shoots the gun at the Fantastic Four, who all of a sudden hate each other, and they split up. But not to worry, Nick Fury is on the case. That's right. A few months prior to this issue, we met Nick Fury in his debut in Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos, a comic that takes place during World War II days. You see Nick Fury with both eyes at this point, and now you get to see him for the first time in modern times, as he comes to ask Reed Richards for help. Now, him and Reed already know each other because they met back in the war. If you look at Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos #3, you'll see a young Major Richards, member of the OSS. That's Reed. Well, he comes back, but he sees that they've already been shot by the Hate Monger's gun. But luckily, he has these little pills that he forces into all 4 of their mouths, and they become the Fantastic Four again. But the thing is, then they have to fight the Hate Monger, and they fight him to the death. The Hate Monger dies, and then they unmask him, and you know who it is? Now, on the cover, they said, do not tell anyone who this is. But, you know, it's 50-some years later. I think I can do it. But if you don't want to know, spoiler alert, you've been warned. Go away, come back in a minute. Okay, you've been warned. The Hate Monger is, of course, Adolf Hitler. What, do you think I was going to unmask a young Donald Trump? Well, it fits. But this, maybe it is Hitler. I mean, I know he was supposed to off himself 18 years earlier in a bunker in Berlin, but maybe this is him. Or maybe it's a doppelganger of him. Or maybe it's a clone made by Zola. Oh. Did I give away something that's going to happen in a later issue? Oh well. Anywho, in a few months after this, we're going to see Nick Fury, now with an eye patch, make his second appearance in the modern day in the pages of Strange Tales as he becomes Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, on to issue number 22. Issue number 22 is not a new villain, it's the oldest villain the Fantastic Four have. We harken back to issue number 1 and the return of the Mole Man. And the Mole Man has set a trap on an island, and his idea is he's going to capture the Fantastic Four and make them watch as the world destroys itself. Not him destroying the world destroying himself. He's going to implode New York and implode Moscow and then let the world do the rest. But thanks to the little finagling by the Fantastic Four, the only thing he implodes is his own island and gets sucked down into the subterranean, where he likes it anyway. Now cut to issue number 23. And issue number 23 is the return of Dr. Doom. That's right, Dr. Doom's come back and he's pissed. His idea here is he's going to capture the Fantastic Four and he's going to put them in this room, and then a solar flare is going to come by, like that, and it's going to suck them into this space-time vortex thing. Now, I'm no scientist, but I don't think this is how solar flares work. But hey, Stan and Jack said it is, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But of course, the Fantastic Four win, and it's Dr. Doom who's sucked into the space vortex, never to be seen again. Of course he'll be seen again. I mean, he's already pissed off. They stole his time machine. So that brings us to issue number 24. And issue number 24 is kind of a toss-away issue. It's called L'Enfant Terrible. My French is kind of terrible, or terrible, but it's that. And it's about a little baby alien who comes to Earth, and he's lost. And he's playing, but he's destroying things. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a little baby. He's a little toddler. So Reed Richards, of course, in the vastness of space, finds the spaceship that his mother and father are on and says, yo, come get your brat. He's messing up my planet. So they come and get him, and everything goes on. And that's the end of issue number 24. Okay, those are the issues I want to talk about here, but I really want to talk about something else, and that's the Invisible Girl. Yes, the Invisible Girl. When this first started out, Sue Storm was the weakest member of the team. And they just didn't know how to write women back in the day. She was always boy crazy or worried about her hair or her clothes or something like that. But now she's actually coming into her own finally. Her power of invisibility is okay, but you know, now she knows how to make invisible force shields strong enough to even hold back the Thing. And she can wrap people in a bubble of invisibility and lift them out, which is how she saved them from the Mole Man. And she can turn people invisible, things invisible. Her powers are starting to strengthen, and she's actually an integral part of the team suddenly. Eventually, the Invisible Girl, or the Invisible Woman as she will eventually be, will become the most powerful member of this team. And it all started right here in this time. Okay, well, that's all I have to say about the Fantastic Four today. Next episode, we're going to be back and take a look at some of the earlier adventures of The Amazing Spider-Man by Steve Ditko and Stan Lee. Right now, I'd like to thank you for watching this episode. You know the deal. Thumbs up, comments. If you don't already subscribe to the Mighty Marvel Mayhem Show, and you really should, hit on that subscribe button. Hit on it right now and tell all your friends. The more the merrier. That's it, gang. See you in the funny pages.